This episode of the Jerky Boy Show with Johnny Brennan is brought to you by Gamefly. Go to gamefly.com/haha for your free 15-day trial. That's gamefly.com/haha and get your free 15-day trial.
Hello, this is Frank Rizzo. Hello.
My name is Sal Rosenberg. No, not Sal. My name is Saul.
Tough guy. Sure I do. I don't even know you. Yes, I do. How you doing, fruitcake? All right, Lynn, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll come down with my tools tomorrow. I start work tomorrow.
Hey, how do you say that, Charlie? Nice to have you back again, Flapjack. Me, I'm still over here tooling around with the old fucking chainsaw, cleaning shit up, swinging it around. Very dangerous. Very fucking dangerous tool. Well, I hope you're all doing well. Myself, I think I got a little bit of gout running down the old left tit. I don't know. So how's by you? Everything good? Hey, listen, once again, I want to give you a very, very, very warm welcome and a big thank you again for making these podcasts kick some ass. So big thanks again, man. Appreciate it. I really do. It's a funny thing, flying by the seat of my fucking pants over here. I mean, really, when you think about it, what the fuck do I know about these fucking podcasts and all this shit? That's what's making it a really, really magical sort of thing. Very magical and special between us. So thanks again to all you guys for spreading the word. And, this way we can continue to go on down this wonderful path that we've chosen together. It's really very, very cool. Just lovely. Lovely. Okay. First things first here, though. I gotta clear the air a little bit there. Had some really concerned listeners, worrying about, my mother. When I told you guys what, in the last podcast, what the hell, shit was going on, and they were, oh Jesus, your mom okay? Jesus, is she all right? And yes, she's absolutely fine. She's fine. She wasn't particularly happy, that I'm letting it out there, but she's fine. She's done worse. She's had worse than, falling off fucking ladders and taking headers and whatnot. So she's good. She's good to go. But thank you. Thanks very much for asking. That's just, like I said, that's the kind of shit I've grown up with all my life, crazy shit like that and stories like that, man. I get thousands of them, but, forget about it. Maybe I should get her ass in here and, interview her and you could hear it right from the horse's mouth. Some of the shit you wouldn't believe. Good example. You guys all know the Sal's Turnstile bit, where Sal's mother lopped off her leg with a haysickle. There you go. Now, it wasn't, quite that bad, lopping off the leg, but, it was pretty nasty deal, back in the day. My mom did a number on herself with a haysickle. These kind of things roll around in your head as you're growing up, and eventually they make it into a Jerky Boy's routine. And Sal's Turnstile was born. Trust me, if you ever met my mother, you'd pee your pants, literally. And that's no joke, I'm telling you. And it's, funny enough, a lot of you guys out there on Facebook and Twitter and stuff that, you guys know what I'm talking about. You know my mom. And you can vouch for me, you bastards.
All right, then. You do that. Go vouch for me, you fuck. I got a fucking parrot that says more than you do.
All right, Mike, tone down that fucking smart mouth of yours. All right? Before I put a fucking shoe in it. Okay. All right, then. When it was put it out there last week in last week's episode that the Super Across the Way was going to be played this week, I mean, I got a ton of reaction, man. It's a lot of people really, a lot of people love that. It's like one of their favorite, if not their favorite bits. Yeah, the feedback, it was killer. So, I mean, I got so much stuff, so I had to address this question from Vinny. So, here's Vinny from New York.
Hey Johnny, my name's Vinny. I'm from New York. I just wanted to call you when I heard that you were doing the Super Across the Way for the next episode. I had to ask you, who the hell was Brett Weir? I remember seeing like bumper stickers and stuff that said Brett Weir for president or get Brett Weir, I said. Me and my friends always saying that shit. I don't know. We just want to know who it is. So let me know. Keep it up. I love the podcast. It's so good. Thank you.
All right, sweet. Thanks, dear Vinny. See how nice it is now? Back and forth here, part of the show, calling in, questions, dropping questions and whatnot, and then you're played in the podcast. It's very, very nice. But yeah, Vinny, this is a question I've been hit with numerous times over the years, and it's kind of cool. Brett and I actually we go way back. Yeah, my folks they bought a house like a summer home up in the country back in the early '60s, and I remember standing in the back of my Aunt Marge's Volkswagen Beetle, and my sister was riding in the front with my aunt, and my folks were already there. They were working out some sort of deal on the house, and as we drove up the driveway on the right hand side, there was the whole Weir family. So that's how it all began back in the early '60s, and the Weirs are all standing there waving to us, and there was a whole bunch of them. There were 5 boys and 1 girl. So we pretty much hit it off right away, and we all became childhood friends from that point on. And it was many years later that my father was in the building trades, in building management, and my father and his brothers. There was 5 brothers, the Brennan brothers, actually very famous. They did the New Yorker magazine did like a 58-page article on them back in the early '80s. And they what they do is they ran all these high-rise buildings in Manhattan, like Fifth Avenue, Park Avenue joints, and that's kind of where we grew up. So years later, Brett Weir was my father kind of helped him out, learning the trade and learning about boilers and electric and electricity and all the things you needed to know to get into the building trades in Manhattan. And to make a long story short, that's exactly what happened. Brett then went on to become a building manager, and these beautiful buildings in New York. And from there, man, we kind of tore it up. Yeah, I used to drive Brett crazy, man. I had actually a job. I used to work in Brett's buildings with a construction company where we would prepare apartments, brand new apartments for new tenants. So I was always doing silly shit and pranks around the building and pissing him off, and Brett would want to choke the shit out of me. At one time, we had this guy. His name was Jerry, and we were up on the I think it was the 21st floor, and we had a compactor back up, and always doing dopey shit. And I tell this guy Jerry, I said, Jerry, listen, I'm pulling some of this shit out here on the 21st floor. You got to get in there. He was like 6'3", 6'4", but he weighed like 120 pounds. So I tell him to get in the compactor, and you got to start pumping that shit. And I said, just hold on to the door, you'll be fine. So as he's jumping up and down, the shit breaks loose on the 21st floor, and it was fucking hilarious. He goes down, and the shit from above starts piling on him, and he's like, Jesus Christ! He's like, I'm gonna fucking die, and he's holding on for dear life. And then I see Brett Weir. They walkie-talkie down to Brett, coming around out the fucking stairwell door down the hallway, and he's running with a cup of coffee, and he's like, John, what the fuck are you doing? Get him the fuck out of there. And he's trying to reach and grab and save this guy's life, and he's spilling hot fucking coffee all over Jerry in the compactor, and he's screaming, please, Brett, please, I'm gonna fucking die, get me out of here. And the fucking hot coffee's all over him. I mean, just you fucking hilarious stuff. And lo and behold, we pulled him out of the fucking compactor, and when we got him out, Brett looked over, his face was white. He looked like he just saw a ghost, and he's like, John, what the fuck is wrong with you? You want to get me arrested? You want to get me fired, you stupid fuck? Get the fuck out of here, man. And he did, like, for the rest of the day, he didn't even want to fucking look at me. He's like, you got this dopey fucking asshole on the 21st floor fucking wedged in a compactor. Just get the fuck out of here. I remember one time I took a bucket of water, like a 5-gallon pail, and I threw it off the penthouse and all over this dude down below. He's like a big construction guy, huge. The guy was so pissed off. He went into the lobby, slapping around doormen and just looking for somebody to beat the crap out of, man. This stuff went on all day long. It just works out perfect, because the best part about it is they were never able to get Brett. When I called that day, in the skit, the Super Across the Way, they were never able to get him. And just imagine how it turned out, because had they got Brett, that would have been the end of it. He was like, John, what the fuck, leave me alone, But the cool part is they never got him. And years later, a couple of years later, when it started to snowball and become a huge success, and that became a very famous cut. Howard Stern, he was playing it all over the place, so it was going out to millions of people on the Stern Show and things like that. Little things like that I put out there because people were coming out of the woodwork. DJs from Long Island and from here and there, and they were all claiming that they were Frank Rizzo. And then they see these little cool tidbits. All we had to do is say, oh, really? So, how does who is Brett Weir? Do you know who Brett Weir is? And very quickly all these little imposters would go to the wayside. But yeah, so that's how the whole Brett became so famous from that line in Get Brett Weir, I said. And that's how, that's the answer to all the bumper stickers, and it was all over the place, graffiti. And Brett was an overnight sensation. Brett Weir. Yeah, it was even used, it was so popular, the line, that it was even used in a very successful Budweiser, Anheuser-Busch campaign. So instead of Brett Weir, I said, it was Bud Light, I said. So for Bud Light, and that was sweet. All right, so sit back and listen to the old Frank Rizzo, slapping around some doormen. Give Brett Weir a listen. The super across the way, folks.
One moment, please. Davey, may I help you?
Yeah, let me speak to Brett Weir.
Who's calling?
Is he in?
Yeah, who's calling?
Look, Jerky, I don't need to talk to you.
You don't need to talk to me?
Get Brett Weir, I said.
Hold on. He's upstairs repairing something. You want me to call you back?
Well, this is the super across the way.
Yeah.
And he was supposed to take care of some business for me, and I'm very angry at that little jerk. All right, now I'm gonna break his fucking head.
So what you want me to do? Get in touch with you where?
He knows what the fuck I'm talking about. And don't have me come down there for you either, tough guy. You tell him to see me.
Super across the street?
You got it, punk.
Okay, I'll tell him.
Oh, man, what a good slug to the old nuts. I love that bit. The classic, the super across the way. Just because I'm feeling a little sweet in the pants, I think what I'm going to do is throw you a little bonus track this week. Just out of the blue. Just for being nice and kind and gentle. So this is a cute little track that I really love that I pulled off a ways back, and it's you could just check it out. There's no way to describe it. Anyway, here's a little surprise called Nobbie's Balloons.
Hello.
Hello,
Yeah, Nobbies.
this is Nobbie's.
Yeah, want some balloons. Got a birthday coming up, big party.
Why don't you let me connect you to the balloon department?
Well, that's what I've been waiting for.
Okay, just 1 second.
Jesus.
Balloons, how may I help you?
Hey, howdy there, bozo. What do you say?
Oh, not too bad.
Balloon boy. What is this, Nobbies?
Yes, sir.
Bobby Nobbie. How do you say that, Chief? Yeah, I got a big party coming up. I need some balloons.
Okay.
What do you got? Some of them helium jobs, right?
Uh-huh.
Now, what do you fill them with there? Helium or like, what, a butane there? Come some kind of gas or something?
No, it's a helium gas.
Yeah, now how big do these things come?
11 inch. Once
Oh.
they're inflated, they'll be 11 inch in diameter.
11 inch. I'm looking for some big ones. I got this. I want to do is, make my kid feel proud. We got a big house there with the high ceilings.
Uh-huh.
You can fix me up with a little bit bigger than that. I want to get enough balloons under this kid and float them around the joint, like in the living room or some shit.
Well, 16 inch, we have those are a little bit bigger.
Well, that's what I'm asking. If this is not unheard of. You get enough balloons to float the kid around the house,
Okay.
I want to, the other kids, they're all waiting there. I told them to treat him like a piñata. Once he's up in the air there, you whack him with a stick. They're going to have some fun, the kids,
Okay.
Yeah, well, I need balloons here. You're laughing at me, you crazy bastard.
How many balloons do you need?
Well, how many would it take to hold up a 65-pound punk?
Ooh, jeez.
What are we talking about, 200 balloons?
Oh, yeah, probably.
My wife, she's crying the fucking blues because I'm going to fucking, make the kid have a good time, get a couple of beers in this little brat. Fly him around the house. I'll take a whack at the fuck myself. The kid drives me up the fucking wall 24/7,
Yeah,
I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, Bob.
yeah, I've been there.
Yeah, it's great. You know what? I just figure make the kid's day, Squirt him up while he's up in the air there. We squirt him with some water, the kids will do some hijinks, to try to whack him or throw things at him, get him down, pop the balloons, have some fun.
Yeah, probably.
What do you say, Bob?
Probably 216 inch would probably
Float the little bastard around a room, huh?
keep going.
Yeah, but now listen, I got to make sure I don't do this shit outside. I don't want this kid floating by the door.
Uh-huh.
I mean, if this kid takes off, God forbid he goes out in the fucking outside there, forget about it, he's gone. You guys sell any kind of special gates with that? Like safety gates or some shit?
No, we don't.
Because that helium gas, I mean, let's face it, that's dangerous shit, I mean, once in a blue moon there, got a guy like, want to have fun with his kid like me, and then the fucking poor bastard out the door and up in the air. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Float this little bastard up in the living room there, we got a big fucking space, open space. The dogs will be jumping at his fucking feet while he's floating around the room. Get a real fucking wacky thing going.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what are we talking business or what?
Well,
You're gonna. Oh, you know what you're better off doing too? Send me over the fucking can of propane. You want to do that? The
well,
butane, whatever the hell you got there. The butane, propane, whatever the fuck you're filling, helium, whatever you got.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know the hydrogen. They had a fucking problem with that hydrogen shit.
Yeah.
That goes up like a fucking tinderbox. Yeah, well, that's great, Bob. Let me talk to the wife, and I'll get right back to you. We'll talk about this fucking silly balloon shit. I'll get together with her. We'll fucking square it away, and we'll try to make it a surprise for this little fucking punk bastard.
Okay.
All right there, Bob. So long there, sailor.
Holy shit. Timeless, priceless. Float the little fucker. Float the little bastard around the room. I'll take a few whacks at the little fuck myself. I love that cut. That's just... Oh, I love that cut. What about safety gates? You got some of them safety gates so the little fucker doesn't fly away on me? Oh, man. Anyway, listen, so I hope you guys enjoyed the show, the Jerky Boys show today, and appreciate if you keep spreading the word around out there, and it's kicking some ass, and that's a good thing. And just let me know if I'm rambling on too much here. You give me a good fucking backhand to the mouth, a good slap to the mouth. Or do you like to, maybe listen to some of these little, stories of how all these cuts came to be, and they became little Jerky Boys babies. You see what I mean? So I beg you, please keep spreading the word out there. And I really appreciate that. And tune in next week so I can feel you up like my little fucking turtle. All right there, liver lips. Don't forget to go to gamefly.com/haha and get your 15-day trial from Gamefly. They have over 7,000 titles to choose from all game systems and handhelds. Who doesn't like, I play video games like that till coming out my ass. I'm silly like that. No late fees, free shipping, cancel anytime. That's gamefly.com/haha to get your free 15-day trial. Hey, don't forget to check me out on facebook.com/jerkyboysjohnny and come up with some cute little clever questions, or suggestions that we can use here on the show. Or maybe, your favorite Jerky Boys cut that you'd like to hear played. And we can do that and whatnot. Or, whatever's on your mind. Also, you can hit Twitter at JerkyBoysJohnny, and we'll whack out a couple of them fucking tweets. You and me, baby, we make a team, tweeting our little asses off over there. Or head over to thejerkyboys.com. That's thejerkyboys.com. All right, I'll see you next week there, you slap-happy sons of bitches. All right.